Good evening. Thanks for joining me as I touch on some of the compensation and duties of special education teachers and where this leads to, specifically in public elementary schools in Massachusetts. I think we can all appreciate the work that our teachers have done to get us to where we are today. Almost college educated people living out our lives. Thanks a lot to their aid. Special education teachers do not really get that thanks or gratitude. We're often separated from the rest of the school. My name is Kristen Duff. I am a special education paraprofessional, and I work essentially as a teacher's aide, but the job responsibilities are very different. I have worked in elementary schools for a few years on and off, and have struggled to stay at the jobs due to small compensation rates, which you will find a common issue among the staff. Today I'll be discussing just that, the lack of compensation and where that leads for these physically and mentally demanding job responsibilities. I'd like to just say that special education teachers require a minimum of a bachelor's degree, which I think we all know is a very expensive thing to achieve, and that's probably why we're here now. Special educator salaries overall, but specifically in public Massachusetts elementary schools, are undervalued positions. I reached out to Tawny Dawson, Fairhaven's special education director for the district, and she seems to be aware that plenty of paraprofessional positions are available statewide and in her district. It is very difficult to find the staff to do the job, and it is even more difficult to retain the staff. She is currently looking for 4+ teacher positions teachers to fill special educator positions. Special educator teachers start out as little as $31,000, according to the wage report given for the Barnstable school system in 2022. Special education service delivery has changed dramatically over the past few decades, says the Vermont Department of Education Research and Practice for Persons with Severe Disabilities, and new responsibilities have been placed on paraprofessionals. This is especially obvious when we look at the comparison from what we started out in for the responsibilities in 1950, which were grading papers, light housekeeping work around the classroom, and now we are directly teaching these students, creating game plans for the day according to their IEPs, and sitting with them through these issues. It's no longer what the job description started out as. And to further that, since 2000, 26 years ago, the ratio to neurotypical to autistic people was 1 to 150, and now it's 1 to 31. Our hands are full. I want to touch on the unsafety in this and how the low wages are turning people to leave, are inviting people to leave because they aren't able to sustain themselves. And when there's so much turnover, we have so few staff in the classroom. In my personal classroom last year, we had 3 paraprofessionals and 1 teacher, 2 one-on-ones. So we had 1 paraprofessional working with 6 other children throughout the day. And I had it easy. I had the 6 other children. The one-on-one, one of them, she was getting beaten up, bitten, her skin was getting scratched and broken every single day. And we had to drop what we were doing, no matter the safety, and go help her so she didn't end up in a worse situation than she already was. It is a very physically demanding job. We had 4 teachers this last year, and we ended up landing on a substitute. We couldn't get anybody to fill our teacher position. Between 2004 and 2007, the turnover rate was around 20% in Massachusetts public schools, according to the Doctorate for Education, the OECD. The starting salary for Melrose Elementary School paraprofessionals is $20,000. And the Massachusetts Teachers Association got an increase in pay by over 32% in Somerville for bringing the average salary in that district to $35,000, where the contract before was $25,000. Where you see more of the turnover rates, possibly from the burnout factor, which a lot of teachers get as well too. Maria, a previous paraprofessional, getting to the bottom through her PhD studies to figure out the real issue in the turnover rates. There are many jobs that well-educated people are looking for, and there aren't that many benefits to the special educator positions. It is truly done out of the kindness of many of these people's hearts, and I see it in all of my coworkers. They're doing it out of joy for doing it, not for money. If they needed money, this was not the job for them. They have support otherwise. I think we can thank the teachers that got us to where we are today. They helped raise us, guide us, and encourage us, our growth in education, in the world, and in life skills. These aides in the classroom are vital to conducive teaching environment that encourages the system. Thank the paras.